Okay, this is a very quick how to assign mouth switch layers or mouth shapes to a bone. Okay, so first of all we will need a bone, which I've already created. There's my bone. It's on a control layer which is controlling everything in the folder. I have a folder made up of different mouth shapes which can be actually switched using a switch selection window, which is great because it also orders everything in alphabetical order, sort of. You use this to switch and you could be done. However, I find it a couple of extra unnecessary steps. So what I want to do is attach that to that bone. So let's put the switch thing out of the way for a moment. Let's go to the control layer. Let's get the bone. We've got the bone. We want to use the bone selection tool because this is only work with that. We want to open the action window. Open the action window. You can see, you double click on that. The bone to create new action. You can see I've got one. It's grayed out because there's nothing in there yet. So let's go to the gray shape. And current selection does not have a switch layer. Of course not. Let's go down to our mouth shapes, and what we want to do is set this first of all. So let's get the control and see where we're at. So we have no animation on the bone. The first thing that you want to do is actually set a bone animation. So I'm going to do it for 24 spaces. That will give me space after my initial shapes. We want to just transform the tool. Rotate, come on baby. Let's just rotate it 180 degrees to start with. So that's the end point. The bone is moving. Good. Right. Next we want to go to our mouth shape, and starting on one we want to select the starting point. Normally what I like to do is to a plane shape. Then with your right arrow key, shift one forward. You can see there, see, we've shifted one forward. Choose what you want to start with that, and you'll see the keyframe is automatically placed there if you've got automatic keyframes. So make sure you have that switched on. Go back to your mouth shape, go to the next frame. See, it's gone to the next frame. Go to the next item. It'd be really nice if you could just mouth shape with the keyboard, but I haven't figured that out yet. So we go to the next shape, which is like so. Then we go forward again, and then we go bam, 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 like that. And then we go like so, and I'll probably speed this up in the editing, but maybe put some Benny Hill music over the top of it or something. So if we come back to here, we will see that these all have little keys on the line and they move with the arrows. You see the arrow moving here, see that? Let's get rid of your mouth shapes for a minute. We go back to the control layer. Let's one thing to remember which caught me up initially, double click on mainline and that will take you out of your action, okay? Otherwise things will start mucking up. So bone selection tool, B, then you let's just go to frame one. Let's select my tool, which is Z. That's the first mouth that I want. Then maybe over here I want to go that mouth. There we go, and then we go over here, we go that mouth. Awesome stuff. And there we go. And that is how we do it. It's really straightforward. Do you see that? There we go. And the good thing with this method is it saves you time, because once you've got your controls on the same layer, and I've got mine in control layer, you can just literally just grab your controls, kind of like you would do with CG. And there's no dicking around, you know, it's just a quick switch. However, if you wanted to use the switch, let's make sure we've actually got the switch selection tool open. There we go. We'd have to come out of our control layer, go to the mouth shape, do this, which is just, and then we go, oh, okay, I want to go back to here. So go back to the control layer, grab the handle. Oh no, I want to do mouth shape, blah, blah, blah. You see, like, it's just an extra bit of nonsense. You don't need to do that. That's it. And the beauty is, if we go to the bone that we want, B for bone tool, make sure you're on zeros for this, because you can only edit the defaults on 0. You will see that we've got mouse shape highlighted because that's what we're using in the action windows. Double click on mouse shape, And if you want to go down to your mouth shapes, so if you ever want to add, I've got space here to add some more. Maybe you want to do a full 360. You could put little tags down here, text saying what the actual mouth shapes are. So you just move the arrow to what you want to do, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, done. And once you do have the control layer set up, you can then do fancy stuff with your icons and make basically a clone of the big mouth to sit underneath the bone, basically to give yourself like a switch window, basically. So it makes it much easier. And all that is literally a copied selection of the mouth, but inside each one I just put an extra bit of text in there. So every time it does the layer switch, it just changes the text. I mean, it's a little bit of typing, but it's much easier than trying to do it around a circle. And I kind of like this method because it's just easier to read on. I don't need like a massive big icon. The only thing to remember is that you'll have to switch it off in the rendering, otherwise you'll have this floating thing. But it's the same with the icons anyway. And I haven't quite figured out how to put the mouth icons with the other icons in one layer, because at the moment I have all the control icons in one layer which I can just switch on and off, and I have to switch two things off for the mouth. But I'm sure that's like a reference from there to there or something, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with myself, and it just makes it much easier to animate with these icons. Very pleased.